What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Ron back with another video. Before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. Um, Today we are going to be discussing um, this conversation that was had on channel called Lapeef Network. I've done a reaction or two to their channel before. Super dope content, bro. Like I love the Lapeef Network. Um, they definitely dig deep, and sometimes they go at it, man, and they hold each other to the fire. But I think the reason why they do that is so that way they can come to solutions, man, because when it comes to the world of dating, man, it's you know what I mean, it's slim pickings out here, man. Like it's tough out here. And they had Kevin Samuels on this particular topic. I think I watched this before, but I can't quite remember exactly. But if I saved it, it's for a reason. I don't know. They named it what type of men, women are following. And what I'm thinking is that what you tend to see is that women are following the kind of men that really aren't great leaders, or aren't really good long term. But I ain't gonna talk your head off too much. I'm gonna let the video play a little bit, then give my take on it. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it.
Don't see men, you're seeing more men who saying don't be the cleanup man. But what you're not seeing is men set up saying I want to be stepfathers. Well, that ain't their job. Y'all need to make it to where it's appealing to men to do anything for you because what you're doing is basically, men have seen women, like it or not, do what's in their best interest. That's what a lot of men feel. If you want men to do anything, you have to incent them to do it, like every other group of women. Instead of saying, well, he's not doing it, we're waiting for men to do it. No. You lost. You do it. You go talk to your female friends, your female content creators, Adam Noir, Shade Room. Make it better for men. Make it to where men want to be the cleanup man. Make it to where men want to do something. Stop looking for men to all of a sudden do the very thing that men are saying they're not going to do because they didn't see it benefit their fathers, their stepfathers. They're not seeing it benefit anybody. It's not for the men to fix. It's for you guys to fix. Because it's ultimately, because you're not going to ice skate uphill. You're not going to get a group of men to do something that's not in their best interest if you don't have to. You're going to have to incent them.
So Kevin, like,
and you know what? He's right. Yeah, I forgot this conversation in particular was more so aimed towards single mothers. Yeah, he's 100% right. Like, I did a video when I first started this channel called Why Dating Single Mothers Sucks. This video has the most views of any video that I've posted. I think a big reason why is because the single motherhood is like another pandemic in a way when you really think about it. I see so many attractive women complaining about men, and then these the same women that pop up out of nowhere and end up pregnant. You know what I mean? Like you would have never knew because all she did was complain about guys, and you would have thought she was just sitting at home, playing with her thumbs. But then next thing you know, she's pregnant, about to have a child, and all she doing is complaining about the father not being there, or whatever the case may be. And then I'm thinking to myself, why not just not have the child? That way you can still have access to the same options of men you had prior to having that child. Because now that you have that child, you're pretty much, I hate to say this, but you're pretty much, as Myron Gaines like to say, recreational use for most men, because most men don't want to be stepfathers. I mean, it's just what it is. It's like, and it's not to be mean or anything, it's just reality. And one of the big differences between men and women is that men tend to live in reality a lot more than women do, because women are coddled in this world more than men do. Men are, should I say. Yeah, it's just what it is. And if single mothers want men in their lives to play that role, then they need to incentivize it. I look at single mothers the same way I would look at an overweight woman, or a woman that's not that attractive. Women that are, because one thing I noticed from my experience, and I'm not proud of this, but you know, I've messed with some overweight women in my day, or some less attractive women in my day, but there's always been one common theme between them and the more attractive women that I've dealt with. The less attractive she was, the more submissive and attentive that she was to me, versus the women that I dealt with that were far more attractive. They were far less submissive and less cooperative, because they always had that abundance mindset of, well, you know, I got 100 niggas in my DM. What the hell I'ma serve you for when I can give you the bare minimum, and, you know, potentially thinking I can find something better, only to turn around and you just get passed on from one dude to the next. And that's pretty much what you dealing with, man, in this dating market. All right, well, I'm gonna keep going, man. Let Kevin cook, man. You know I love Kevin Samuels.
I was thinking, do you think that it's more on like the overarching, like I guess, perception of Black women, or do you think it's an individual Black woman thing? Like I heard you mention the shade room.
Both.
Why
Because
did you mention the shade room and like some of those other types of media outlets?
Because you have the shade room. Show me the analog to the shade room. Show me the analog to Scrubs. Show me the analog to Hot Girl Summer. Show me the analog to Ain't Nothing Going On with the Rent. Show me 10 platforms where Black women are in the mainstream praising Black men. Show me 3.
Okay, so you basically have the same views about this as you do about the way that Black men see other things in the media, when you were talking about there's no Black run male media.
Human beings operate. Humans move. I've been dreaming about this the whole life.
Sorry about that, y'all, man.
Male media.
Human beings operate. Humans move on incentives. What is the incentive? Men have to be incented. It didn't just become this overnight. This is because at 52 years old, being a stepfather used to be revered, but it's not that way. So it's like what I think men continue here is, you want men to move first. You want men to do something, and then it keeps thrown back on, well, you're the leaders, you're supposed to do that. Well, no, because you don't pick the men that are over here. You pick the 16% of the men over here to have 80% of the kids. Then you want this 54% that are single and childless, and this 30% that are married to mentor this 16% who's making 80%.
Did you say 60% of
16? 54% of Black men are single and childless. 30% of Black men are married. 8 out of 10 children in the black community are born to single mothers. That math roughly breaks down to 16% of men fathering 80% of children. When
did
a woman
you
has,
come up with that, or did you see that somewhere?
blackdemographics.com. These stats are pretty well fleshed out.
Great, Kevin.
Well, okay.
I know this is gonna be harsh, but I don't like Kay. I'ma just say it. I really don't. Because the way she answers questions, the way she asks questions, they don't come off genuine. It's like the way she's asking Kevin is almost as if like, oh nah, I can't believe that. How'd you come up with that? Now, if those stats reflected something negative on men, do you think she would question it with the same intensity? Do you think she would question it at all? I'd be willing to bet no. See, this is what happens when you dealing with women who've been indoctrinated with these feminist mindsets. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all, it's like Kevin Samuels say, man, they need to unlearn what they've learned. But he's right. I mentioned this in one of my old videos. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, sweetheart, all you gotta do is do the math. Like, but think about that though. 54% of black males are single and childless. I fall in that 54%. 30% are married. That puts you at 84. So, like he said, that's roughly about 16%. Shooting up the club. Like 80% of kids are born out of wedlock. That's 16% of the men. And these women are complaining like it's 86%. When really 84% of the men don't even got anything to do with these kids that are being born out of wedlock.
You look at even anecdotally, come on. You look at the case in Memphis. What was it? 3 men, 87 children. Future, we talked about Future and Russell Wilson earlier, didn't we? How many baby mamas Future got? How many kids Future got? Most black men don't have children. And it's not that they don't want to have children. And one of the biggest unlocks, I would say, black men want relationships. To the tune of 43% of black men want to be married or in a serious relationship. The problem is finding women who want to be wives who don't already have kids. See, I was told my entire life that black men aren't willing. We've seen a big difference. Black men are willing to meet after. See, here's the thing. Black men are willing. But are black women willing to move first? And what I often hear from black women is like, well, I'll move if you move. Well, I'm sorry, whether you did it or not, for the last 50 years, the inertia has been one way. Strong, independent, don't need no man. That bill has come due. And time ain't on your side. And the odds aren't on your side, because if you don't have black men, Bradley, Ahmed, and Enrique ain't rushing in here in record numbers to wipe any black woman. That's the reality.
Especially a black woman with kids. I'm gonna go ahead and end this here, man. Yeah. Final thoughts. I mean, he's right. I don't think in reality, single moms are going to have a hard time trying to incentivize men to play stepfather. And part of the reason being is because in order for women to like I mentioned earlier, in order for women to incentivize single mothers to incentivize men to play stepdad, they're gonna have to overperform. They're gonna have to, you know what I mean, for what you lack in not being able to give me my own family, you need to make up for that in other areas. So, you know what I mean? It could be anything like initiating sex more often than the average woman. You know, making sure I'm, you know, I mean, I know you got kids, but you know, cooking meals, you know, you need to make that man feel like he is part of the family, not somebody just visiting. Because that's what I've noticed when it comes to stepfathers, man. These guys that play stepfather, they just come across like they visiting the family, like they're not really part of it. Like, you know what I mean? And it just seems like whoever's playing the stepdad, when it comes to the mother, he's just getting the scraps. Like, cause ladies, y'all gotta keep in mind, man, most of y'all that are single moms, y'all ain't in y'all prime anymore. And even if y'all are in y'all prime, y'all done had kids. Therefore, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You got some miles on you now. You know what I mean? And God knows what body count you racked up before you started having kids. So, ladies, y'all gotta start being more responsible and start doing more forward thinking and stop thinking in the now so much, because at the end of the day, once you have that child, everything changes. So unless you know you're gonna be with that man, if you know, I believe in marry before you carry as well. So at the end of the day, if you ain't married, like, y'all shouldn't be having no kids anyway. My personal opinion. I definitely agree with Kevin Samuels on that one. Alright. So on that note, please again like, comment, subscribe, and all that good jazz, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Deuces.